This is what you feel when you travel around here. It's kind of almost like that rare feeling of self-actualization. You feel whole, and I can't really define it any better. I didn't always work here or live here. 1999, I returned back from working and living abroad, and I was a professional big game fisherman. I traveled to many different places across the planet in search of the best fishing. What I kept running into time and time again was that these places had been overfished, and commercial fishing had depleted the resource, and it was all at the hand of man. It was becoming apparent that across the globe we had seen depreciating strength in our wildlands. This is what I saw, and I said, oh gosh, things have changed drastically. I needed to find an occupation, something to occupy my time while I was here caring for my folks, and start over for me. So that's how this farm began, as a family property. It was just raw land, fields, corn, soybeans.
From here, where are we taking off to?
Right, we're gonna go to a pretty exciting part of the farm just because it receives so much less pressure from people. And
right.
So past this big lake.
Yep.
And there's a fire break that has been also planted into food plots. We're going to zoom up this fire break. So you ready to go?
We'll get to see a whole lot of property coming through here. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's take off. So this is one of many food plot areas. You said 19.5 acres of food plots on the property?
That's right, yeah, there is a lot of them. This is one close to the heart of what I think is areas that I really try to leave alone, but it's
kind of uncharted territory
when
it comes
got
to hunting
everything.
Pressure. Right, and you have quite the complex of food plots, edges that you've planted with some coastal grass, and then you've got your summer annual mix that you've left standing though too, just to provide that security in and among these food plots. When we drove up, there was a flock of gobblers right here in the field,
right here,
and hardly left the field just because of the security in this area. So you've got high quality forage in the plots, and this is, you've come back already and planted this fall in an oat and radish mix in close proximity to a pond that was created that holds water year-round.
Permanent year-round water source, right next to some dense bedding cover.
Yeah, even walking out here, I feel it's remote. You don't feel like you're in Delaware or anything when you're out
East
here.
Coast.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel East Coast at all.
Quiet.
I'm feeling it. You know, I know the wildlife are going to be doing the exact same thing.
They're
going to have that security here. This area really excites me in its diversity. You kind of step away from the whitetail upland features of the property and get into a wetland, just waterfowl impoundment. And you've got food. It's surrounded by cypress that have been planted, willow oaks, additional food, and you've got the wells in place and the pumps to be able to drain this and have water. The soil is perfect in this area that holds the water, and the food's here, and the ducks will come as a result of the work that's been here. And it just screams ducks. Laddie, this is what I love seeing. We've got cover, grasses, forbs, so food and cover, that's chest high. If you're a deer 3 to 4 foot tall, I mean, you are completely covered in this stuff. and you can't be seen. So you feel comfortable, you feel secure, and it's everywhere out here. I think this property, the way it sits, the way it's laid out, the stages that it's in, it meets those criteria, as in it has the food, it has ample cover, and it has the security, the way that he treats the property and moves throughout the property. You know, we've got early successional habitat. We have, again, cover everywhere. So a deer can hide, it can get away, it can feel secure. Most properties aren't supplying that same thing. So this property, this tract of land, immediately stands out. So QDMA, Quality Deer Management Association, has a land certification process, and this property is the only private property in the state of Delaware that has met the criteria laid out in that program. So a potential buyer right now, come onto this property, know that the foundation has been laid and is set for lifelong hunting. And we see this through looking at the trail camera pictures, the current trail camera pictures, and the harvest photos from years past. You know, the age structure in the whitetail herd is here, and knowing the number of deer that have been taken off this property, antlerless deer, year and year, to maintain that healthy population, this is a destination location for a serious whitetail hunter.
Timber stand improvement is what happened.
That was one of the first projects that you did.
First projects.
Yeah.
So it has come through the years, 17 years.
Improvement, crop tree release. There's a lot of white oaks in here, red oaks right over here behind the shoulder. And now, fuller crowns, a lot more acorn producing, year in, year out.
Year in, year out.
The competition was removed. What was it like in here prior to doing that work?
Full of maple and gums, and they had compressed the available space down so that only the crown was like a little V wedge sticking up.
Right.
We came in here, hand labor, a lot of it, chainsaw, and cut everything but these beautiful oaks. This little tiny location of Sussex County where the farm's located is in the heart of some of the best eastern seaboard whitetail. And the cool thing is, you're sick of the farm, you wanna let loose. The beach, Delaware's famous beaches, are 21 miles to the first beach. We're in the last stronghold of some real good country, and yet close to the coastline where a whole lot of fun can be had. So why am I selling this farm? I don't have children. I've devoted my life to being outdoors, a lot of travel, a lot of adventure. I knowingly did this as a conservation statement, figuring that at some certain point in my life I would sell this property to another steward, a person who had similar interest. And even though it will hurt me and break my heart, it's a good place. I want to see the next person enjoy it and give it down to the generations, to their family members.